Welcome to E's podcast where minds ignite, exploring learning day and night. Educators thrive, young minds grow, in science, tech, and art skills flow. Natural pride to make us survive. E's opening minds, the future's shine. Welcome to E's podcast where minds ignite, exploring learning day and night. Educators thrive, young minds grow, in science, tech, and art skills flow. From classroom pride to make us survive.
This podcast is produced by e-Yearbook, the European network of STEAM educators, uniting STEAM educators from Europe and all over the world. This product may contain traces of artificial intelligence inside. Join us and find a handful of educational resources at easeeducators.com.
Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty cool. The 2024 e's e-Yearbook.
Yeah.
It's like, a yearbook, but instead of all those awkward teen photos, you get all these amazing STEAM educators from across Europe.
It's a really interesting collection of stories. And, it's curated by Daniela, Brogna, and Nelson Gomes for e-Yearbook, the European network of STEAM educators.
Ah, okay, so it's kind of like a who's who of the STEAM world.
Exactly.
And what did you find most interesting about this yearbook?
Well, it's not just about their accomplishments and awards. You really get a glimpse into their personal journeys. What motivates them, what drives their passion for STEAM education.
Right, what makes them tick? Why do they care so much about this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't we start with, let's see, Dina Avakovici from Romania.
Oh, she's fascinating.
Yeah, she has 35 years of teaching experience, a PhD in chemistry. She even worked at the Romanian Space Agency.
Right, you'd think that would be enough. But now she's tackling integrating AI into education. And in the yearbook, she talks about how she's always been fascinated by technology. And she sees AI as this natural next step to really enhance learning and make it even better.
And it's not just theoretical for her, right? Because she's also a deputy college principal.
Yeah.
So she's dealing with those real-world education challenges every day.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how she finds the time and energy for everything.
Right.
But she's also super involved in projects like My Blue Home, which uses... I get this, an ocean museum and a digital adventure game to teach about ocean literacy and sustainability.
Whoa, okay, that sounds amazing. Using a museum and a game to teach about the ocean, that's such a creative approach. How do you even come up with that?
It really highlights how good STEAM education isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about fostering empathy and communication and a sense of responsibility, which is exactly what Adina does with this project.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's jump over to Greece now and meet Afriti Mishiglidi.
Oh, yes, she has a very interesting background.
Yeah, she's got computer science, adult education, and career counseling all in there. Talk about multi-talented.
Her career path really shows how those fields can, intertwine.
Yeah.
She's currently the headmaster of a large vocational laboratory center and a teacher trainer for innovative teaching techniques.
So she's not just leading a school, she's helping other teachers become better educators too.
Exactly.
That's a pretty significant impact, especially with how fast technology is changing these days.
Absolutely. And on top of all that, she's also a key figure in the Computing at School Festival in Greece, which brings together thousands of students to showcase their digital skills.
Wow, I bet that's an incredible event.
Yeah.
It really shows you how STEAM education is about building a community, right? It's not just happening in isolated classrooms.
Yeah, you get all these passionate learners and educators coming together.
Yeah, and it sounds like Aphrodite is really emphasizing lifelong learning too, which is so important in this day and age.
It's a mindset we could all benefit from.
For sure. Okay, so back to Romania now. We have Ana Clara Grecu, a primary school teacher whose career took a complete turn after taking just 2 courses on integrating technology and robotics into education.
That's amazing. It just goes to show you how powerful professional development can be.
Yeah, you never know what spark will ignite a whole new passion.
Before these courses, she mainly saw technology as entertainment, But the training really opened her eyes to its potential in education.
That's so cool. It's like she unlocked a whole new level of teaching.
And she really embraced it, creating projects like European Menu, From Earth to the Moon.
Wait, what?
Yeah, her students design menus for future lunar colonies.
That's incredible.
It's such a fun and engaging way to learn.
And it touches on so many different STEAM subjects,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. They have to think about nutrition, hydroponics, the challenges of living in space.
It's like out of this world learning, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, now for someone who comes from a very different background, Camilo Palacio from Colombia, he's actually a toy designer.
But his work has had a huge impact on STEAM education.
Oh, how so?
Well, he created the Auto DIY robot, which is one of the most replicated open source robots in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it all started with this desire to make technology accessible and engaging for everyone.
So anyone can build and program this robot.
That's the idea behind his robot for everyone concept. His robots aren't just about technical skills either. They encourage creativity, problem solving, even emotional connection.
It's like you build this little robot and suddenly it's your companion, not just some machine.
Exactly.
I love that. It really breaks down those barriers people might have with technology.
Makes it feel friendly and approachable.
Speaking of breaking down barriers, let's talk about Georgina Demova from North Macedonia. She co-founded Computer Science Week in Macedonia, which is now in its 11th year.
Wow, that's impressive.
And she also noticed something really important. There weren't enough educational resources available in the Macedonian language.
Right.
So she took action and created a website with free interactive lessons and textbooks.
That's amazing.
It makes computer science accessible to a much wider audience.
It shows real dedication.
Yeah, she's clearly passionate about making sure everyone has the opportunity to learn
Yeah.
and explore computer science.
And it's not just about those technical skills either. She also emphasizes critical thinking and problem solving. You know, applying those skills to real-world issues, showing students how computer science can make a positive impact.
It's about empowering them to use their knowledge for good.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really inspiring to see that kind of commitment. So, you know, we've been talking about empowering students, but what about empowering teachers?
Right, right.
Let's shift gears a bit and talk about Mari Nicolae from Romania. She specializes in project-based learning and curriculum design.
Okay.
And she even created this mentoring program. It's called PBL Learning Stations to help other teachers move beyond like those common misconceptions about project-based learning.
I think we've all seen project-based learning done poorly,
Yeah.
right? Where it just feels like busy work and there's not much real learning happening.
Oh, absolutely.
So what makes Mary Nicolae's approach different?
Well, one thing she really emphasizes in the e-Yearbook is the importance of real-world relevance.
Okay, yeah.
She believes that projects should connect concepts and competencies, and even character development. She calls it the learning triple helix model.
Interesting.
It's not just about, like, ticking off boxes. It's about developing students holistically.
So it's about connecting what they're learning to their own lives and to the world around them.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's about giving them the skills and mindset to become active problem solvers, not just passive recipients of information.
Right, right.
And her mentoring program really helps teachers actually design and implement projects that achieve that.
That's great. Okay, so let's move on to Maria Sapara from Greece. She's proving that even preschoolers can grasp coding concepts, which honestly blows my mind a little.
It's pretty amazing, right? It shows you what young children are capable of when we present concepts in engaging ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Maria leads the Code It Local initiative, which adapts coding lessons to local themes and, get this, uses board games.
Board games. That's genius. It takes something familiar and fun and turns it into a learning tool.
Exactly.
It's a great way to introduce computational thinking without overwhelming them with technology right away.
Yeah, it's all about meeting them where they are developmentally and sparking that love of learning early on.
I love that. Okay, speaking of sparking a love of learning, let's talk about Michael Schorl from Austria. He's all about simplicity, right?
Whoa.
I remember reading about his Volt paper scissors platform.
Yes, he makes electronics projects with just conductive tape and paper.
Wait, seriously? Like light up toys and stuff?
Yeah, even robots.
I don't even understand how that works. How do paper and tape suddenly become electronic components?
Well, it's about using the conductive tape to create circuits and paper as the base for your creations.
Oh, okay.
It's perfect for classrooms with limited budgets or anyone who wants to experiment with electronics without needing a bunch of expensive equipment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's surprisingly versatile and creative.
It also sounds incredibly sustainable, which is a nice bonus.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so for our last educator spotlight, we have Paulo Torquato from Portugal. He's a Global Teacher Prize finalist.
Yes, and a big advocate for using robotics in inclusive education.
Oh, yeah.
His project, The Robot Helps, is a great example of that. He uses robotics in all sorts of ways, from robot simulators and visual programming languages to physical robots that assist students with different learning needs.
Wow, so he's showing how technology can level the playing field and help all students reach their potential.
Absolutely.
It's amazing to see how much impact one person can have.
It really is. And it's not just about individuals, you know. We also have to talk about the STEAM Educator Competence Framework, created by Dr. Natalia Spiropoulou. Think of it as like a roadmap for effective STEAM education.
A roadmap? That sounds really useful. What kind of guidance does it offer?
Well, it outlines 5 key roles for STEAM educators: teacher, trainer, tutor, learning designer and creator, orchestrator and manager, community member, and professional.
Wow, that's a lot.
It helps educators understand all the different facets of their role, from designing engaging lessons to managing resources and collaborating with others.
It really highlights that being a STEAM educator is about so much more than just standing in front of a classroom.
Exactly.
It's about fostering a dynamic learning environment where students feel empowered to explore and experiment and create.
Yes, and this framework is like a blueprint for creating that kind of environment.
That's incredibly valuable.
It is. And what's great is that it was developed through research and collaboration. It incorporates feedback from teachers, policymakers, and institutions.
So it's a framework built by the community for the community.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like it's really helping to push STEAM education forward, making sure it's not just some passing trend, but, a sustainable movement.
It is, and that's what really struck me about this e-yearbook, actually. Just this sense of community. All these people who are so invested in the future of STEAM education.
Yeah, it's not just about individual success stories, right?
No, not at all.
It's about building this network
Yeah,
of these passionate educators who are constantly learning from each other.
absolutely. Supporting each other.
And I think that's something that Nelson Gomes talks about, too. In the introduction to the e-yearbook, he says something about how, understanding the personal journeys of these educators helps us see the human side of STEAM education.
Right.
It makes it feel less intimidating, less like this exclusive club, more like something that anyone can be a part of.
Exactly. Anyone can contribute.
So as you're listening to this, think about what resonated with you the most. What sparked your curiosity?
Yeah, what made you think, hey, maybe I could do that too?
Right. Maybe you were inspired by Adina Avakovici and her work with AI, or Camilo Palacios' Robot for Everyone concept, or maybe Maria Sapar's approach to teaching coding through board games. Give you an idea for your own classroom.
The point is, this e-yearbook is more than just profiles. It's a source of inspiration, a reminder that STEAM education is alive and well, and there's a place for everyone.
I love that. So what will your contribution to this exciting field be? We hope this deep dive has given you some ideas and left you feeling, energized and ready to explore the world of STEAM.
Yeah, keep that curiosity alive. And who knows, maybe you'll be featured in a future e-yearbook.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dives. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
Welcome to E's podcast where minds ignite, exploring learning day and night. Educators thrive, young minds grow, in science, tech, and art skills flow. Classroom pride to make us survive. Ease opening minds, the future shine. Welcome to E's podcast where minds ignite, exploring learning day and night. Educators thrive, young minds grow, in science, tech, and art skills flow. From classroom pride to make us survive. Ease opening minds, ease opening minds, to future shine.
This podcast is produced by EASE, the European network of STEAM educators, uniting STEAM educators from Europe and all over the world. This product may contain traces of artificial intelligence inside. Join us and find a handful of educational resources at easeeducators.com.